Mikel Merino injury blow. How Arsenal's midfield balance has been shaken. Arsenal's momentum this season has suffered a significant setback following the injury to midfield general Mikel Merino, an absence that has sent shockwaves through Mikel Arteta's carefully constructed system. What initially appeared to be a minor knock has evolved into a deeper problem, forcing Arsenal into tactical compromises and raising concerns about squad depth at the most demanding stage of the campaign. The injury. What happened to Mikel Merino? Mikel Merino sustained his injury during a high-intensity Premier League fixture in which Arsenal were engaged in a physically demanding midfield battle. The Spaniard went down after a heavy challenge while attempting to recover possession in the central zone, a moment that perfectly encapsulates his playing style: aggressive, committed, and selfless. Medical examinations later confirmed that Merino suffered a moderate ligament strain, combined with muscle fatigue, an injury that requires patience rather than risk. Arsenal's medical team ruled out immediate surgery, but insisted on a structured recovery plan to avoid long-term damage. How long will Merino be out? According to internal assessments, Mikel Merino is expected to be sidelined for approximately 6 to 8 weeks. This timeline depends heavily on how his body responds to rehabilitation, but Arsenal are determined not to rush him back. This means Merino will miss several crucial Premier League matches, key Champions League fixtures, important domestic cup ties. In a season where margins are razor thin, even a month without a player of his profile can alter a club's trajectory. Why Merino is so important to Arsenal? Merino is not just another midfielder. He is a structural pillar in Arteta's system. His importance lies in 3 key areas. Defensive stability. Merino excels at reading the game, intercepting passes, and winning second balls. His positioning shields the back four and allows Arsenal's fullbacks to push higher without fear. Physical presence. Arsenal's midfield lacks natural physical dominance. Merino brings strength, aerial ability, and resilience, qualities that are vital against aggressive Premier League midfields. Tactical intelligence. He understands when to slow the game down and when to accelerate transitions. His ability to link defence to attack gives Arsenal rhythm and control. Without him, Arsenal lose balance, and football teams without balance quickly become predictable. The tactical problems Arsenal are facing Merino's absence has exposed several issues within Arsenal's midfield setup. 1. Loss of midfield control. Arsenal have struggled to dominate central areas since Merino's injury. Opponents are finding more space between the lines, forcing defenders to step out of position and creating dangerous overloads. 2. Increased pressure on Declan Rice. Declan Rice has been forced into a more conservative role, covering extra ground and compensating defensively. While Rice is world-class, this added burden limits his attacking contributions and increases fatigue. 3. Disrupted build-up play. Merino's ability to drop deep and help progress the ball has been sorely missed. Arsenal's build-up has become slower, with defenders often resorting to long passes instead of structured progression. Who is replacing Merino? And why it's not enough? Arteta has experimented with several alternatives: Kai Havertz in a deeper role, Jorginho for control and experience, Emile Smith-Rowe in advanced midfield positions. However, none of these players replicate Merino's unique mix of physicality, intelligence, and defensive reliability. The result has been a midfield that looks functional, but not dominant, solid, but no longer authoritative. Psychological impact on the team. Beyond tactics, Merino's injury has had a mental effect on the squad. He is a vocal leader, constantly organising teammates and maintaining intensity. Without him, Arsenal have looked quieter in midfield battles, less aggressive in duels, and more hesitant under pressure. Young players in particular benefit from Merino's presence. His absence has forced them to learn difficult lessons in real time. What Arteta must do. During Merino's absence to survive this period, Arteta must adapt intelligently. Simplify the midfield structure to avoid overload. Rotate wisely to manage fatigue. Use wide progression instead of central congestion. Protect the defence with compact spacing. Most importantly, Arsenal must remain patient. Overreacting tactically could cause more harm than good. When Merino returns, what changes? Merino's return will feel like a new signing. Arsenal will regain midfield dominance, defensive security, tactical flexibility, physical edge. His comeback could define Arsenal's season, especially if it aligns with decisive league fixtures and knockout stage European football. Final verdict. Mikel Merino's injury is not just a temporary absence. It is a stress test for Arsenal's ambitions. It has exposed structural weaknesses, challenged Arteta's adaptability, and underlined how crucial squad depth is at the highest level. If Arsenal navigate this period successfully, they will emerge stronger and more mature. If not, Merino's injury may be remembered as the turning point of the season. One thing is certain: Arsenal are not the same team without Mikel Merino, and they are counting the days until he returns.